Let's begin our broadcast with the proposed Maharlika Investment Fund, a sovereign wealth fund that is being pushed by presidential son, Ilocos Norte Representative Sandro Marcos, and the House Speaker himself, Martin Romualdez.
Finance Chief Ben Diokno says the proposal has the backing of economic managers, and he assures the public that the measure will adhere to the principles of good governance and transparency. Marian Enriquez with the rest of the story.
The House Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries has already approved in principle the proposed bill seeking to create a sovereign wealth fund that will be called Maharlika Investment Fund. A technical working group has been formed to fine-tune the measure. The objective of the MIF is to pool funds and channel them to diversified investments such as bonds, foreign currencies, of achieving financial gains and ensure profitability. Among the 5 lawmakers who authored the bill are presidential son Ilocos Norte Representative Sandro Marcos and House Speaker Martin Romualdez. But where will the initial funds come from? The measure proposes a seed money of 250 billion to the national government. Finance Secretary Ben Diokno says these GFIs have already committed for the funds. Diokno adds that the private sector is welcome to join and invest in Maharlika.
Anybody who's willing to invest in that fund are welcome. Okay, so could be international, could be private sector.
Diokno also touts that his fellow economic managers and even President Bongbong Marcos is supportive of the bill.
This has the imprimatur of the president. In fact, the creation of the wealth fund. Yung concept ng sovereign wealth fund. Nung nag-umpisa yan nung nasa BSP governor pa ako.
Ganun.
We want to create a fund na will take care of future generations of Filipinos.
The finance chief adds once the bill creating the Maharlika Fund is passed into law, this may be operational sometime next year.
Depends on how fast the governing council can be constituted. No? I think give it another 6 months from the passage before it becomes operational.
However, House Ways and Means Committee Chairperson and Albay Representative Joey Salceda raised concerns about some provisions of the bill. Under the Board of Directors, the Chairperson and Chief Executive Officer shall be representative of the GFI with the biggest fund investment. The Maharlika Investment...
They are separate. And I take a very strong position on this. Commingling CEO in chair position in a government fund could be prejudicial to accountable governance of the fund.
Diokno says the proposed Maharlika Investment Corporation that will oversee the management of the Sovereign Wealth Fund must be independent and should not be identified with the sitting president.
Sabi ko, just make sure that it is not identified with the president. So that whoever is the president, marian lang siya, but he cannot meddle with the use of the fund. You really have to have a governing council that is totally out of government.
Private sector lahat.
Private sector.
Pero
I think that Secretary of Finance is a member of that. Just one member.
For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.